Welcome to Cookie Run Kingdom, the game that asks you how strong do you think cookies are, and then shows you exactly how strong they can be. This is an imaginary opening theme song. Oh. At the very beginning, you have to give it a little bit of love, because in the beginning you're trying to grow your kingdom. So on one hand, you're trying to open space to your kingdom to, you know, build more stuff, get more resources. Like I just collected some of the stuff I just made, and then from my other special buildings I'm getting other stuff as well. So in the beginning you might need to, you know, give it a bit more love and attention just to grow your kingdom. You need cookies for each building to be making the stuff that you want, and they have various times on them. You can always change the assigned cookie you want, where it writes change cookie. You know, it just opens up your directory, and then you can pick whichever cookie you want. It doesn't matter. And every item has a different timer on it, so as you can see, that's why when you progress the game more, you can just put the longer stuff to being made, and you don't even have to worry about it. Like, see, this one takes 5 hours to make. And then they also added these ones that, you know, instead of cluttering up all of your queue, you just press these, and then it's just much simpler. And then once you press something, your cookie gets right to work. Once you get it rolling, basically all you have to do when you come back to your kingdom is make some items, so you can also trade them in your train station once you open that to get rewards. See, like, all of my trains came back, and now I'm collecting the rewards for them. And then they show you what they want from you, and then if you have the items, you can just send them all. If you don't have some of the items, you can press send all, and at least you'll lock them down so you don't accidentally use those items somewhere else, and then you can just go on to making the other items. So if you don't know where the items are, or you're not used to it yet, you just click on it, and then you just go like that, and then it will take you to the exact building you need to make it at, if you have it. If not, then you'll just have to make it yourself, and then, you know, make the product in the building. And you get the point. So it's all about making items, trading them for different rewards to then upgrade most of your buildings and stuff like that. And then the houses give you experience where you can make your cookies even stronger. Right now the level cap is 70. It used to be 60. So you know the game is trying to keep it fresh, keep it updated, keep giving you new and new stuff. Like some cookies have these magic candy equips. I think it's like 3 or 4 cookies right now that have these, that if you equip them, they give even more additional damage to your cookies, so it makes them even stronger. And now you can also ascend them if you are able to get the soul cores, and then it makes it even more stronger once you ascend them. The game is pretty generous. Almost every day they'll send you something, just trying to help you out a little bit at a time, which is nice, you know, so you're not always waiting and needing to get some stuff done. So aside from making items, trading them, giving them to your cookies, and trying to make your cookies stronger, you can also go to the play option down here, and then from there you go to world exploration, for instance, and then you just try to clear. Currently I'm farming for her as well, so that's why I'm here right now. Try to clear the stages, and then at certain stages you see more of what the story is of Cookie Run Kingdom, like what are you guys fighting for really, and so on. Like the story unfolds as you go along. There's currently 3 stages right now, so if you go to the world map, you'll see the stages. So story mode is the one you start out with, and currently it's open until 14. This is the quote-unquote easier mode, because then when you go to dark mode, it's one step above that. Like, it's the same places you're passing through, but it's much harder. And then master mode just came out a while ago, and this is even more harder. So they went from like normal mode, I would say, because sometimes you can get stuck in story mode if you don't have enough power with your cookies. So story is like normal mode, dark is like hard mode, and then master is like very hard mode. The only thing I will say that I wish that they did for us, for the players, to make it much more easier, is, for instance, let's say you click on something, right, and you want to pass this. So I think it would be very helpful if they would let us see how other players defeated this specific mode. Maybe we got stuck on it, maybe we didn't, but if we know how they passed it, we can get like an idea and maybe try to get the specific cookies they use and the toppings they use and the treasures they use, and then maybe pass it like that, because you can get stuck, and then sometimes you just have to either keep changing up your cookies to try to get past the mode, or just hope that you'll finally eventually figure it out somehow and get past it as well. Like for instance, I was stuck on like this dragon for a long time before I 3 started, because I had to switch up my cookies so many different ways. I failed so many times, and then I finally figured out a way to pass it. But I think if we're able to see what other people used to conquer this, it would be much more easier. Kind of like what they do in Princess Reconnect Dive. Like if you press on something and then there's like a tab that has the past parties, and then there you can see who used what and how many stars they did to pass the thing. So I think that would be really helpful, and hopefully they will implement something like that in the future. The other thing I hope they do implement is when you go and do your guild battle, especially in the earlier stages, when you hit the dragon, and as you go up in level, you get much stronger, and then you're hitting the dragon for way more than you used to hit. But even if your team is, you know, has survived the hits, they got down the dragon, now the dragon is going to go up a notch. Like maybe if it was level 19, you defeated that, and now it's level 20. The thing is, you lose the whatever time you have left, and that just counts as your hit directly. I hope they'll let us carry over that time to the next hit, because sometimes when it's like maybe 1% left or like 3% left, then people just wait for someone else to hopefully just use their attacks, because they don't want their attack to be used so little, like, because they know they're gonna hit the dragon for like at least 10%, but they needed to go on to the next dragon to get the full amount of their hits worth out of it. So I hope that they do implement that, like we get to carry on the time, so it will be a little bit more easier. Like we can't switch the teams, we have whatever little time we have left. Like maybe if you had 50 seconds left and you know you had almost all your team intact, or maybe you lost one team member but you still have like 50 seconds left, they could just make it so it carries on. So hopefully they'll change that as well. A lot of different modes you can use if you want to. There's also the gacha state of the game, where you can try to get the featured cookie. Eventually every featured cookie you see, like within the next 2 banners or so, they go to this mileage shop, and then you can always get them like that. So don't be too sad if you're not lucky enough to get them in the gacha form itself, because you know eventually they will go to this shop and then you can get it from there, and so on. The way you get the coins for the mileage shop is the more you pull the gacha and stuff like that. Let's say you had a character that you pulled and you already had that, so it's all like, okay, we're gonna give you this many amount of coins for you because you already maxed out this character. Like, let me show you an example. If you want, you can skip this animation. It's pretty cute animation, but just go ahead and skip it if you want, and then see, like, it shows you how many coins are depending on how maxed out they are. So it's not impossible to fill this piggy up really good. Mine was much more fuller before, but I used it to upgrade my other cookie. That's why I don't have that much. Also, the costumes are nice. If you're lucky to get a nice costume, you can always switch up whichever cookie you want to give it a unique look. The treasure gacha, you just pull them. Right now you can pull as much as 100 and then it will come out the treasures, and then you can upgrade them to help you hit stuff much easier. So another gacha that exists is the guild gacha. The more you hit for the guild battle, the more of these torches you get, the heroic torch, and the more you can try. Like for cream puff cookie, only appears in the guild gacha, so you can always get this one if you're lucky enough. It took me a long time to get cream puff cookie herself. Before that I was getting a little bit of her soul stones and stuff, but then I finally got her, and now I even ascended her. Now she just keeps coming out for me. But yeah, the most you can pull is, if you don't want to keep pulling like 100 or 1000, you can pull up to 10,000 the most at just one singular pull, and then you can just skip it if you want, and then I will just show you all the stuff you got. Another way you can get cookies is that every month there is a different cookie that will be given to you as a gift month. All you need to do is just log into the game, and then the weeks go by, and then it gives you the cookie itself and then some soul stones for the cookie as well. So that's a neat thing of them to do. Like every month you're gonna be able to get an epic cookie if you just log in daily. That's all you need to do. And don't worry if you forgot to claim the prize. All you need to do is make sure you logged in. So then, for instance, you logged in to day 8, but you forgot to click claim. The next day, it will still be there. So you'll be able to claim that, don't worry. Another way they let you try to get cookies is that sometimes we'll have missions, and then in these missions or these events, once you keep completing the missions, you can try for whatever cookie they give you as an event cookie. Right now it's oyster cookie, which is gonna finish today, so that's why I need to pull for her. So the game always tries to give as much as it can to try to help the players as much as it can. So it's a really enjoyable game. Once you build up your kingdom to a certain level, see, now I got all these treasures that they wanted me to get, so now I can claim and just directly get my hands on oyster cookie. And then you get the cute little animation. And then you can see super epic, which is nice to get, obviously. As you keep playing along, you'll see what cookie is considered what. Like these ones are ancient cookies, so they're a bit harder to get, but they're worth getting. She was so hard to get. She's a legendary cookie. During her event, I was so scared I was not gonna get her because it was to the very last second, okay? But these two take a little bit more time. If you're not lucky to get them out of the gachas, then it's going to take you a bit of time to farm their soul stones, because currently you can only get it one way, and then 3 days, either hers or hers, you can get one of. See, like she is ascended for me. And then there's the epic cookies. And then if you go further down, this is a special cookie because they collaborated with Sonic, so you can't get this unless you were on during that time. And then we got the rare cookies, and then we also got the common cookies, the ones you get in the very, very beginning. So needless to say that, of course, you would want like the more rare cookies for the more damage or the more unique skills and stuff like that. But I've seen people also build up their common cookies if they want to, and they're good at damaging as well. It's just up to you, like who's your favorite cookie. Hopefully you'll get them, and once you do, you'll build them up as much as you want to. They're gonna do something for you eventually, okay? Don't worry about that. Basically what Cookie Run Kingdom is. So if you want to try it out, go ahead. Like I said, once you build your kingdom to a certain level, you can play it a bit more casually and not have to check in too often to it. So you can just make your cookies do all the items, and then maybe spend your stamina in the world exploration. Just keep making the story go along and so forth. It's a cute game. Aside from those two things, I think that they would help us much more. It's nice to play it right now. So yeah, if anyone is stuck on a level, I might make a video if anyone requests it for a specific level that they couldn't pass, that I'll show them which cookies I used to pass it. But for now, thank you for watching. See you guys next time. Hopefully you'll have a good day this week, you never know. And bye bye for now.